must be our goal and our guide. And all that we strive for as a human family, dignity and hope, progress and prosperity, depends on peace. But peace depends on us.
Today, thousands and thousands of Africans and many countries in Africa have conflicts. Notably, from Libya, Cameroon, Nigeria, Biafra, and Boko Haram, to Democratic Republic of Congo, of where we have seen a resurgence of the past military and conflicts coming back in that country. Hundreds and hundreds of people have been displaced, killed, maimed, tortured, raped, several of them dying of hunger, starvation, and other natural causes. The fighting seems not to be ending. For the sake of Libya, the Libyan recognized international government is under siege in Tripoli from another faction recognized by Egypt, France, UAE, and other countries. Whereas the one in Tripoli is recognized by the UN, it has been bombarded, has been strangulated, and many millions of Libyans are dying of hunger, lack of water. The water system has been cut off. The bombardment goes on. In Democratic Republic of Congo, we've seen more of active rebel activities returning to the region after some silence has been observed. When we come to Cameroon, we see millions and millions of Amazonians slaughtered. Yet, when you come to Biafra, again millions and hundreds of millions and millions are worried, displaced, tortured by the Buhari regime. Yet again in the north, we see Boko Haram killing, maiming, abducting, and burning down villages in the same Nigeria. When you cross over to Central African Republic, the same is the history that has littered Africa. While all these events are taking shape, Africa is silent. Africa is not making enough efforts to find a solution to what is causing the problems in Libya, in DRC, in Cameroon, in Nigeria, Biafra, and now you add in Khartoum, Sudan. As people die, the people of Africa have no answers, have no solutions. There is nothing to bring an end to the conflicts that have killed Africa. We seem to be new ones manufactured, old ones reignited, encouragement coming from external powers. One power that has been seen in the shadows of all these conflicts, especially the one of Libya that has escalated in the Sahara region of Africa, is France. When you come to Democratic Republic of Congo, the same country is in the shadows. The war can be seen is France. When you come to Cameroon, in Amazonia, the one behind that has the key to bringing peace is France. Therefore, our question as Africans, why are we silent? Why are we not saying enough is enough of the wars? Thank you. Thank you.
We apologize for that. Seems Dr. Matsanga has suffered a bit of a technical hitch on his part. He was to introduce the show, but nevertheless, good morning to you. Thank you so much for joining us. This, of course, is the editor's memo, and usually Dr. Matsanga is the one who leads us through the conversation, and the topic of discussion this morning is whose money was it? And so once a doctor is back and is able to continue with his submission there, I think we will go on. But I think since I probably understand where this conversation is going to be hinged upon, I will take us through the stories that we looked at this morning in regards to what Equity Bank said about the money that it is said to have loaned the Turkish businessman, and Equity Bank yesterday came out and said, no, we did not give this businessman any money, and we do not have any kind of business with this person. So let me just read that as we wait for Doctor to resume, and then he will continue with his submission. The story is on page 10 on the Standard newspaper. Controversy surrounding Deputy President William Ruto's allies. A Turkish businessman Harun Ayadin took a new twist yesterday when Equity Bank denied loaning him or any of his companies 15 billion Kenya shillings. Top managers declared the Turkish national, who was said to have been a part of delegation the DP's aborted trip to Uganda, a stranger to the bank. The bank revealed that it can only loan a maximum of 2.5 billion Kenya shillings, putting to question Ruto's remarks that he helped an investor borrow 15 billion Kenya shillings to set up a project in Uganda. Gerald Warui, the Equity Bank managing director, Christine Brown, the Legal Affairs Director, and Samuel Gitwekere, the group's Chief Risk and Compliance Officer, told the National Assembly Finance and National Planning Committee that Ayadin had never operated an account with the bank. Ayadin has never been an account holder, has never had any relationship with us, either directly or indirectly, or through Day Group Limited. He is a stranger to the bank. He is unknown to us, said Brown. Equity, however, admitted financing Day Group Limited to expand its pharmaceutical, biotech and research plant, but denied advancing 15 billion Kenya shillings to any of its clients. Now, the bank also clarified that it has been in business with the pharmaceutical company since 2014. Ruto recently said that 2 years ago, he helped an investor that he did not name to acquire 15 billion Kenya shillings from the bank. The investor of that factory came to this office and sat on the same seat where you are seated 2 years ago and asked if I could connect them with Equity Bank, DP Ruto told Inoro FM. And then DP Ruto is quoted as saying on that interview, I picked up the phone, called Equity, and told them that there is an investor in my office, and because you have a branch in Uganda, can you help him set up the business he wants? So when the individual succeeded and got the 15 billion Kenya shillings and proceeded to put up the company, where is the problem if I'm invited for the launch? And our committee chair Gladys Wanga, who is also Homa Bay woman representative, pressed the bank managers to come clean on claims that certain individuals who are trying to use it for money laundering. And we live here a very concerned lot, because Kenyans are now saying that Equity is giving people big money but nothing for the common people who are the majority depositors. She said the MPs pushed the officials to clarify on the disclosure by Uganda President Yoweri Museveni that bank accounts of the Day Group Limited had been frozen by the country's authority over suspicion of money laundering. So whose money was it? So we will wait for Doc to come and continue with the conversation. In the meantime, I think I'll take a short break, and then I see Jivan has joined. But I think after the short break, we can continue with this conversation.
Today, thousands and thousands of Africans and many countries in Africa have conflicts. Notably, from Libya, Cameroon, Nigeria, Biafra, and Boko Haram, to Democratic Republic of Congo, of where we have seen a resurgence of the past military and conflicts coming back in that country. Hundreds and hundreds of people have been displaced, killed, maimed, tortured, raped, 7 of them dying of hunger, starvation, and other natural causes. The fighting seems not to be ending. For the sake of Libya, the Libyan recognized international government is under siege in Tripoli from another faction recognized by Egypt, France, UAE, and other countries. Whereas the one in Tripoli is recognized by the UN, it has been bombarded, has been strangulated, and many millions of Libyans are dying of hunger, lack of water. The water system has been cut off. The bombardment goes on. In Democratic Republic of Congo, we've seen more of active rebel activities returning to the region after some silence has been observed. When we come to Cameroon, we see millions and millions of Amazonians slaughtered. Yet, when you come to Biafra, again millions and hundreds of millions and millions are worried, displaced, tortured by the Buhari regime. Yet again in the north, we see Boko Haram killing, maiming, abducting, and burning down villages in the same Nigeria. When you cross over to Central African Republic, the same is the history that has littered Africa. While all these events are taking shape, Africa is silent. Africa is not making enough efforts to find a solution to what is causing the problems in Libya.
Straight to the Mombasa Political Command Center where Dr. Matsanga is. We had a bit of a technical hitch there earlier, but he's back and he will continue making his submission. Doctor, we apologize for that. Welcome back.
Thank you very much, Miriam. Good morning, viewers, wherever you are in the world. Thank you very much for holding the fort. This is Punchline Africa Television, the only television in Africa, the online, that speaks the truth, that says it as it is, an investigative piece that goes around to make sure that we find behind all these lies that we are told. We want to find out whose money was it. Thank you. As an investigative journalist,
okay, he seems to be having another problem again. Right there. Okay, so as we wait for, doctor's part to clear, I think there's also another story connected to that on page 10 of the Standard newspaper. So I'll just read a bit of it. MPs added political twist to equity loan matter, says DP. Deputy President William Ruto yesterday said the Turkish businessman Harun Ayadin linked to an Equity Bank loan was a political twist to his statement. The DP, through his spokesperson David Mugonyi, said the investor he helped acquire a loan from the bank was from East Africa, not the deported Turkish national. The DP did not help Ayadin get money from Equity. He helped some Eastern African investors, and it was 2 years ago, said Mugonyi last evening. He accused the members of the National Assembly Finance and National Planning Committee of twisting the matter. According to the Nile Post, a Ugandan news publication, Ruto and Ugandan President Museveni laid a foundation stone for multi-billion biological drugs and mRNA vaccine manufacturing facility at Matuguga in Wakiso district. The project by Day Group Limited was financed by Equity Bank. A huge investment like this would be financed by the World Bank, IMF or IFC. We are proud that our own institution, Equity Bank, led the way to finance this. It is a milestone, Ruto was quoted as saying during the event. So apparently that took place 2 years ago. So Jevan Karanja, as we wait for Doc to return, I know in the morning we didn't have much on this conversation, but when he comes back, he will continue with his submission there. Why is DP's camp coming out right now to clarify this matter, and yet this story has been going on and on how he was, it is the Turkish businessman that he helped on this equity loan. Now Equity Bank has come out and said no. Why did it take the DP's camp too long to come and give this clarification and this new information we're learning from his part?
Yeah, I see even Doctor is back.
Oh, Doctor is back. Okay.
Yeah, but I don't know whether he's talking to us or... Okay, thank you.
All right, okay, go ahead.
Thank you very much, Miriam. Mm-hmm. The situation regarding this money is becoming even murkier and murkier. First of all, I want to start from the point of the aircraft not leaving. The aircraft did not leave because the DP wanted clarification. They wanted papers from the DP. They wanted permission from the DP. Since that Turkish man was taken away, the first question I want us to answer is, and which we must answer abruptly and urgently now, is has the DP gone back to the same office and asked for permission to go to Uganda? Miriam, is that not chilling? And if so, has the deputy president tried to secure this money? Or why is it that this issue of Harun Aydin is now quiet? You saw how many lawyers were following the so-called terrorist up to Kahawa to release him to go. Is it now that the president of Uganda, the government of Uganda, has found out exactly what was happening in this case of Ruto frequenting Uganda? And if so, why is it that Ruto cannot venture now and go? And will Ruto go back and ask for this 15 billion, whatever it is? Because our question today, whose money was it? And whose money is it up to today? As an investigative journalist, I'm trying to find out to pieces. Equity Bank says it's not ours. Museveni was briefed that there is money in the Equity Bank. The president cannot come and check whether the money is or not. He works on policy, on papers which come before him. There is no another trend, and I want you to take your pens, quick, note down things nicely, because Miriam has already laid the background. Another trend, is there any bank in East Africa that can lend $150 million in a day? I want my viewers to pick a pen and ask. These are questions. I'm just opening up the whole subject. I'm not going to make a conclusion whether it is Ruto's money or whose money. I will leave that to the viewers to decide whose money it is. Was it Ruto's? Was it laundered money? Was it kept somewhere? Where was it? If it was not in the Equity Bank account, where was it? If Equity Bank in Uganda can actually lend $150 million, what did they get? Are we still there, Miriam?
Yes. Yes, Doc, we can hear you.
I want to find out what exactly, what money, what, security did the Equity Bank get to lend out $150 million to a man who was wearing a suit, an underwear, a white shirt, and probably very poor shoes from Turkey? Miriam, an investor arriving with a trouser, a suit, one handbag, and maybe his brush for his hair, Turkish hair, and then he lands in a country and gets $150 million. Doesn't that country shake? Doesn't that bank shake? Who authorized the $150 million? It is beyond the limit of the Central Bank of the Republic of Uganda to authorize $150 million. The economy of Uganda would have gone Greece. It would have gone to recession.
Mm-hmm. But Doc, even Equity Bank itself, the maximum it can lend is 2.5 billion Kenya shillings. It can't give more than that.
And this is 15 billion shillings. Who capitalized, who put capital in the Equity Bank to raise its lending strata to 15 billion? Was the Equity Bank in Nairobi, the managing director, the chairman, the owners? This is their branch. You can't go to another country's branch, a country where you don't have even assets. For that money to be lent to you, you need to bring your assets on international standards. Where were the international regulators? Have you seen that? Miriam, you have already said 100, you can only lend 2.5 billion.
The maximum loan you can get from
maximum loan that you can
either
get
here or in Uganda or anywhere. And I'm sure Uganda also, they have their own laws there. That's the same.
So here we are. Then let's go. The editor's memo wants to go to the double talk of the mouth of a man who wants to lead Kenya in 2022. He told us on national TV that he picked a phone. Can he show us the phone record? Where who, and at the time, whom did he speak to? Did he speak to the manager in Uganda? Did you speak to who? For such money to be released, the managing director and Mr. Munga, who are the owners of this bank, need to be part and a parcel of the decision to release the money to an investor with one suit, one trouser, one vest, one pant, and one pair of shoes from Italy. No, from Turkey, Miriam. landing at our airport, hiring a plane, and not paying even that plane now, because I've found out that the plane is requesting for huge amount of money of the packed, which was packed in both places, in Entebbe and Uganda. Uganda and Kenya Wilson. So, the mouth of the deputy president, now the spokesman and his so-called low-grade bloggers who have never stepped out of their homes, who don't even know how such an international transaction is made, are saying it was a Ugandan, some African. But the deputy president himself told us it is him who introduced the businessman and who picked a phone to introduce the businessman. Can we play that clip if it is available? Miriam, when it is ready, play.
Yes.
I want to see Kenyans. This is the man you want to entrust with power in 2022. I told you he started too early that everybody will know how bankrupt he is. He has been cornered on this question of money, and he's going to be cornered on so many things that he might find the going very difficult. When Jesus called Lazarus to come down from the tree, Jesus did not increase the height of Lazarus. Zacchaeus. William, do you remember that?
Mm-hmm.
You remember that Jesus should have increased the height of Zacchaeus because that was the only impediment for Zacchaeus, would have been saved by the height being increased like a mwala. Increase the height. In fact, when you talk about Zacchaeus, my friend Mwala who is here in Mombasa, I saw him yesterday. I remember Zacchaeus, the Bible guy. So why didn't Jesus increase the size of Lazarus, Zacchaeus, the tax collector, and they left him with the height? Remember, after that, Jesus went straight to Jericho. After Jericho, he went ahead to ask for a donkey. After asking for the donkey, he rode on the donkey to go and chase out thieves. Is it the time? Therefore, Miriam, thieves who talk with double tongue, double mouth. The DP tells you it was his money. Another one is saying it was our money. Another one was saying our bank. Another one is saying, I thank you very much. His son has collected this money. Whose money was it? This is the topic of the week. Whose money was it? Until somebody in the middle comes to say it was my money. It is now a matter of DCI and the international agencies to come in to arrest people involved in this money, to give a statement to the DCI that it was my money, because he went public to national television and all channels, all of us were listening. Are you saying that that thing is not there? We didn't fear. Kenyans are fools. The youths that you always tell lies are fools. The youths that you tell lies every day. That I will lead this country. I will build this country. Whose money was it? Ruto tells the people he's going to lead this country. He's going to make the workers, the farmers. He bought maize from Uganda, filled the stores in Eldoret. He pocketed the money. The maize became green. The farmers were crying. Which farmers are you going to help? Hello, Miriam. Which farmers? Micro enterprise, small enterprise whom are you employment, unemployment? You are going to sort of, have a mission. I have a mission to steal money and solve the problem of unemployment. When you have stolen, you have taken the money to Uganda to build a factory. Who are the youths going to gain out of a biological factory? Whose money was it? Hala? It is, you know, Miriam, politics is beginning to be very interesting. Ruto thought he was the only one who can go and tell lies. His friends, I want to thank Musyoka yesterday. He started being bold and frank. I am telling you, Ruto will run under the cupboard. So many things are still in the pipeline coming. He is not going to go. People will understand Ruto in 1 year who he is. Can I tell you something very shocking to you? Ruto might not be on the ballot paper because he will go to the bush. Whose money was it? A few months ago, 1 year or 2 months, 2 years ago, a helicopter crashed near Lake Turkana. The governor of Turkana rushed to the scene to cover up the matter, collected some of the money that was spilled around the lake. Whose money was it? The poor pilot who was very well known by many people. Ruto did never go there to bury. Whose money was it? The two Americans supported. Miriam, can an American die in this country and the American embassy just keeps quiet?
Impossible. There's more to
impossible.
It.
So these were not Americans. This could have been mercenaries on hire going to kill someone. But unfortunately, God killed them. Or fortunately, whose money was it?
And Doc, allow me to just cut you just a little bit. I'm being told the video you asked for is ready, so perhaps we get to watch it a bit and then you can continue.
It is getting
Wakati nilikuwa Uganda karibu mwezi moja hivi iliyopita, rais wa nchi hiyo alinikaribisha niende ni fungue mahali ambapo vaccines ya corona inatengenezwa na vaccines zingine. Kwa sababu gani? Yule mwegezaji wa pale wa hiyo kiwanda alikuja kwa ofisi hii mahali wewe umeketi. Karibu akaniuliza, tafadhali natafuta vile naweza kupatana na Equity Bank. Kwa sababu nataka wanisaidie kufanya ile coordination ya vile nitapata pesa ya kuegeza. Mimi nikachukua simu, nikapigia simu Equity Bank, nikawaambia kuna mmoja wetu wa kutoka East Africa aliye hapa. Mko na branch Uganda. Msaidieni huyu mtu kama anaweza kufanya hiyo biashara anatafuta. Unanielewa? So wakati sasa huyo mtu alifaulu, akapata pesa shilingi bilioni 15 za Kenya, 150 million US dollars. Akaenda akajenga hiyo kiwanda. Sasa makosa iko wapi? Akiniuliza niende katika hiyo kazi ambayo kwa bahati sikujua. Kwa bahati nilimsaidia kwa simu moja tu.
There it is, DP. Just this interview was done just a few weeks ago. They are giving his account, explain the circumstances under which, he was working with that businessman, Ayadin, and there he's saying he helped him in acquiring that loan from Equity Bank, about 15 billion Kenya shillings. But today, I see the spokesperson of the DP himself is saying it is not this business person the DP was referring to. That was another person. But here, DP is very clear on what he's saying, Doc. The disparity is there.
Miriam, the disparities in the language of Ruto and his spokesman, Mugoni, they go different. It means it is a house in Kwagamaya state lacking communication strategy to deliver to Kenyans. Is a house where you have found Ruto cornered in one corner where he cannot, so many problems are thinking he has no money, he can't fly to Uganda, he can't ask for this permission from Uhuru Kenyatta to fly. Whose money was it? Doesn't it shock you that a deputy president who said he was stopped under 35 hours, what was this that made the deputy president sit 5 hours at Wilson Airport crying to go? Why is it that the lawyers of Ruto are no longer pursuing the government of Kenya to find out why they deported Harun Aidin? The usual lawyers whom we see running around crime scene. Then San Omari, Ombeta, another one who made a lot of money in things we don't want to tell you on national television. But look, they are always everywhere. Why is it that Harvey has not filed an application to say that the money from Turkey was wrongly taken out? Why? Because everybody has known the money, the owner, who was the owner of the money, they don't know. How do you file a case to ask a man that where was the money you are going to get from Uganda? From who? Another aspect that the editor's memo finds out, Miriam, is, as we come to a summary, is the type of division, is the type of strategy, is the type of language, is the type of statements, is the type of operations, activities that are coming in, that you can see that the deputy president has reached a cul-de-sac. A cul-de-sac. Cul-de-sac. French word meaning the wall. There's no road out. Where we pass. This is the only one section. Why is it then that everything in this country called Kenya falls on the shoulders of the deputy president of Republic of Kenya? Is he the only one who does business? Is he the only one in business in Kenya? Does he own a bank in Kenya? Does he own properties in Kenya? How many properties does he own? Factories. The youth that he's talking about to employ them where? He's investing in foreign countries. In Zambia, he has invested in hot agriculture. His fruits are shipped directly to Tesco's in London. I have marked several of his farms in Tanzania, in Zambia. There is also a big, huge farm in Congo. Whose money is it? Which money was it? Whose money was it? Whom was he working with? Which network does he use in Kenya and Uganda? It is up to the president of Kenya and Uganda to find out. If they are to save their countries from money laundering syndicate, from sanctions coming from international agents, it is up to them to find out whose money was it and whose money is it today. Where is the money? You can add on, Miriam, the questions. You can ask and 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 ask until the cows come home from the river. shall we unravel this mystery of the money? Equity Bank says we don't know. It was not us. We don't have such money. President Museveni tries to explain it was Equity. Which Equity Bank? The one in Nairobi or in Uganda? He brings in a businessman. When you look at his shoes, he cannot even polish his teeth. Miriam, the businessman who was brought in the middle, who tried to mimic that he was making an application in East African Court of Justice. The English doesn't match a man who can master $15 billion, 15 billion shillings. Whose money was it? Whose money was it? If you connect this incident of money laundering, of a helicopter flying over and Nanok running to the scene to cover up and hide some money. And where is Nanok today? Is part of the UDA team. If you notice all this, put them together, Miriam, you will find whose money it was. Thank you very much. I run now. If there is anything that you want to add on, go ahead, Miriam, as we conclude.
No. But Chevan had something to say.
We don't have Javan dropped off. I think internet has been very bad.
All right. So I think we are okay, Doc. You've covered
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Miriam. Thank you very much, viewers, wherever you are across the world. This is Punchline Africa Television. Whose money was it? Any comments? You can read some of the comments and we see some good ones.
No, a lot of them are dear friends, but we will have a conversation with them another time, I think.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Miriam.
All right, we'll see you later. Bye-bye.
Peace must be our goal and our guide. And all that we strive for as a human family, dignity and hope, progress and prosperity, depends on peace. But peace depends on us.